is Wedding Wednesday. Yay! So this series will be all about weddings, and for this first, call it episode, what do you call it? Segment is all about how to pick your groomsmen and bridesmaids. I remember when we first got engaged, I wrote a list. I wrote a list of all the people that I'd want to be my bridesmaids, and that was, I can't remember when we were engaged, but we didn't get married until like 5 years later. So that list really changed. Everybody on that list didn't work my bridesmaids, literally. But yeah, I remember that's how I started. And then when I knew the wedding was coming, I wrote a list again, and again, that was like a year before we got married.
No, it would have been 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years before we got married. So, and then my mum passed away, and I wrote another list. And yeah,
everyone can do that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think I really realized who my true friends were when that all happened. Like, obviously you have loads of friends and there's people that have been there for me and so on and so forth, but I realized my true friends when my mum passed away. So on the last list, I think, you know, when I was first writing the list, I was like writing people who had been around for years, and then I was writing people who probably at the time would look good in the pictures. No, I'm joking. Then I started thinking about, you know, people who had truly been there for me, like through the things that I'd been through, and who knew our relationship.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's friends that you have that, I think you have different friends for different things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have some friends that you would tell your deepest, darkest, you know, when you go through things, etc, etc. So yeah, I felt like the last list had those people on it, minus a few. Yeah, minus a few, because Rachel, you know who you are, she just doesn't
DJ Anson.
Yeah, she don't like wearing dresses. So she told me, I knew she wouldn't mind, to be honest, at first. So I was like, I don't have to put her in. She won't mind, she won't feel offended. If I like put everyone in, I'm gonna have like 39 bridesmaids. So I was like, and you saw my wedding party, and I still had special ladies, and she was one of them. And she didn't want to wear a dress, I was like, she didn't want to be a bridesmaid, and then she still wore a dress and heels.
MVP.
The real MVP. One of my other friends, Justine, I love you. You are the literal best.
I don't get I love yous like that.
No, I love her
really
so much. My bridesmaids that I chose, I know why I chose each and every one of them individually, and some even got upgraded. Loopy Lou, she was a bridesmaid, then she got made a maid of honor. So I had 3 maid of honors, because you can see. Why did you upgrade her? Because Louise is my ride or die friend, yeah. But she's been my friend for years. She's been my friend. She's been my friend from secondary school, and she's the absolute best. She is honestly the absolute best, and she's been there for me. But during the time of me choosing my bridesmaids, initially I was like, as in terms of people that are close to me right now, my maid of honors that I chose are always with me, if that makes sense. So I didn't choose her at the time, and then my mum died, and then she done absolutely everything, and then she took me absolutely everywhere to get stuff from the wedding, and then she would just literally talk to me and message me. No. Real MVP, and she just would put herself out on the limb, and then she was just like, you know them, you know when you're like, girl, you got a friend like that? No, I'm joking. Yeah, that kind of friend. And we'd gone through a lot of stuff, and people had spoken about our friendship. So you know, one of those sort of friendships that, yeah, it's solidified. And she's always been my sister. Everyone knows, my mum knows, my family knows, but she became my sister. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so she got upgraded, and then my 2 other maid of honors, Sue and Yans, they're the best. So they've been my best friends for years now. We've been through the rides, they know everything. I love them. They're real MVPs. Plus the other.
And Yana gave the speech of life.
Oh yeah, in the wedding, did you see it?
Yeah,
when she did a poet, she's a poet. She's sick. She's a life coach. She's sick. She encourages me every day. You look, have friends around you that can pray for you. I chose my team because they encourage me to be the best Cassandra ever. They literally are the best, you know. My best friend Georgisha, look, she gave, when did she give me the sickest, she gave a sickest speech when we had the week after a blessing at church. Like, she reminded me of my journey. She's the one that even brought me to church. That is even why I know Karl Loco. So Georgisha, it's her birthday tomorrow. What? Happy birthday to you.
I'm not dancing with her, but yeah, you know.
No, joking. Yeah, it's her birthday tomorrow, so I'm like, yeah, I love her.
On Friday,
we gonna turn up.
We 90s
gonna turn up. 80s, 90s, and 70s theme.
Is it?
Really, Georgisha?
3 decades.
Really, G? No, I'm joking. Yeah, how you choose them, I think. Not just on how long you've known them, but friends that have genuinely been there for you. Yeah, genuinely been there for you. And not just you, but you and your partner. Yeah, not the friends that have been like, oh, you better kick him to the curb, you better. The friends that are like, you know, pray, and stand with you in prayer.
And stay.
Yeah. I'm joking. Yeah. When you're choosing, your bridesmaids, there's people that want to be your bridesmaids, but they're not going to be able to commit to being your bridesmaids. Because being your bridesmaid is not just showing up in the pictures. It's not just showing up for fittings. It's more than that. You go through like an emotional journey.
Word, Cass.
You go through an emotional journey, so you need people there that are going to be like, I'll give you an example. On the day before my wedding, as I said before, I lost my shoes. My headpiece wasn't there. The trainers, like,
very expensive shoes and very expensive headpiece.
My headpiece was stuck in the depot, and then my trainers, literally, they didn't come. So we all wore kente, and we wanted to wear Adidas shell toes. Hold tight, Adidas, you the plug. Yeah, Adidas shell toes. As we, you know, dance and everything for the dance routine. So I ordered them all online, all like 25 of them. No, even like 30 pairs of trainers online. And then they all didn't come. So me being me, at the time, I just stressed. I was like, I don't know where my shoes are. Like, I think I was blaming one of the bridesmaids. Sorry. And then I was with Susan Lee, and oh my gosh, I didn't even look. There was someone that wasn't my bridesmaid, yeah, but this is when you know people are real. You didn't have to get the title, but yet you moved like, I don't even understand. Karl's cousin Josephine. Look, she literally took me from A to B to Z to D to E to F to G to H to I to J to K to L, and then back to Z and A. And then she'd like talk to me, and then she'd follow me to all the places where, like, she was just on the ball. She helped me get things done, because if you know me, I'm indecisive. One day it's yellow, next day it's red, then it's blue. Yeah. So she let me literally, she's like, come on. So she let me literally, like, she was just on the ball. So I was like, I can't believe in my headpiece. Like, what am I going to do about my headpiece? And then I was like, basically crying. And they were like, how can we help? How can we help? Me being me, like, how can you help? You can't help. Like, are you going to go get me a new headpiece from Australia? No, you're not. So you're not going to get it. So just forget it. So I went upstairs, came back down, went in the car, and then Josephine had called Royal Mail. I was like, you know when you're looking at the person like, why are you calling every mail company? Like, you think you're going to just find the headpiece? The girl found the headpiece. Who does that? Sometimes you think you could do it by yourself, or you're like, oh, what? But literally, they held me. Yeah. They allowed, like, that is why, I can't lie to you, my bridesmaids is why I had the best wedding. Yeah. You guys,
agreed.
Look, you don't want the best. So yeah, I think making sure that you have people that are going to be there, be your pillars of support when you need them during that time is so important. And not just choosing people because they're going to be offended. You've got to pick people that are true to your heart. People might be angry at first, but they will get over it, because they just will. Because you know the reasons why you are picking your bridesmaids.
Oh wow, you just went back. Like, I really am not gonna go on like that. I don't have as much to say. Wait a second, let me just be absolutely honest. With weddings comes politics. I don't care. Scratch everything else. I'm gonna be weddings are not about the bride and the groom. That's a lie.
No.
It's an absolute lie.
It's not about
I'm not gonna lie for the camera. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie for the camera. It's not about the bride and the groom. Yeah, people get offended when you don't pick them, and I'm confused. You know, like literally, I can't have everybody as my groomsman.
You just can't.
It's not. Who's gonna sit and actually observe the ceremony? You know, they don't create cameras with wide enough lens to catch 100 people. You know, so we had to limit it down. So obviously, in a simple world, you know, I would have had maybe 3 groomsmen. Because I think that's a sensible number.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't have a sensible wife.
No, I was very sensible. I would have, do you know what it was, guys? Can I just say that
this is not your bit anyway.
No, I would have had 3 as well.
Alright, cool.
Honestly. But the reason why I had to have more is because when my mum passed away, like I said, a lot of people was really there for me. And I wanted them in my wedding.
No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. So, that
and I got a lot of friends, man.
Yeah, you do. Just own it. No, I got lots of friends, but for groomsmen, I kind of thought, like, I've watched some films, you know, what is it, like The Woods, like, you know, they only had maybe 3 groomsmen, you know, so I thought that was the number.
They weren't as hip as us, man.
Yeah, alright, cool, say no more. We break the rules, that's what we do.
Come on!
We make trends and we break
you see that
the
bridal
rules.
train, baby?
Yeah, and every one of my groomsmen, I've got an element of love, you know, so whether it be, like, my best friends growing up, Terrell, Mike's, Zavon, you know, or if it was Omar, which is Cassie's little bro, you know, he's a legend. You know, the love I have for him, obviously he inherited that love automatically through the vessel that is my wife.
Mannequin challenge.
Where we're from, if I'm gonna be absolutely honest, brutally honest, where we're from, the only time we really put on suits and ties, usually, is for funerals and court. Sad music should have queued in. If it hasn't queued in, cue. You know, so my groomsmen were very inexperienced groomsmen. I think that's the nicest way of saying it. Because I don't know, I don't think they knew exactly the extent of their role, and I didn't know the extent of their role because I've only been married once.
Yes, I had to keep telling them off.
Yeah, that was Cassie's job. I didn't know what a groomsman should and shouldn't do, you know, so I'm freestyling, you know, so I'm a very, you know, laid back, you know, easy as it goes.
Yeah,
but
what about Daniel?
How can I forget Daniel? Danny boy. Danny, oh my guy. So Danny, yeah, that's a special touch, you know. Danny's one of my closest today, you know, that's one of my bros. He prays for me if need be.
He tried to kill him. Sometimes you gotta get straight to the chase. I'm joking.
So yeah, basically we tried to kill each other. Ultimately, you know, he was literally on the other side. You know, back in a time where, you know, we used to believe in postcode conflict and gang rivalry, and we didn't like them very much. They didn't like us, you know. So we give thanks to the Most High, and he actually got saved a little bit after we did, you know, so we ended up obviously bonding somehow, you know. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, you know. We were destined, you know, to be comrades, you know. So ultimately I was a groomsman at his wedding, you know, and he was a groomsman at my wedding, you know. That's just how life goes, you know. Life is too short for all of that hate. That hate stuff is make-believe, you know. It's just nonsense. Imagine I wouldn't be able to have him as a friend in my life, and he wouldn't be able to stand with me on one of my most important days of my life, you know, to do what we did, you know. And yeah, it's just epic. So Danny boy, I never forgot. I can never forget you. Don't listen to her. She's a villain. That's what she does. Yeah, she's a villain. But you know, I know you know her.
I'm not gonna lie. Do you remember that? When I was saying mine, he was like, I'm not gonna speak for that long, and then she just spoke for like 25 minutes.
All right, cool.
That's what you do, man. No, stop being silly. Don't worry, I'll give it back. Go on. How I chose the outfit. So I would spend every day, every waking day and every night for a year looking at bridesmaids' dresses. And I'd say, oh my gosh.
You did?
I'd say, oh my gosh, this one, then that one, and this one, and that one. And then I'd send them loads of dresses and dresses, and they'd be like, yeah, yeah. And I'd be like, actually, no. And they'll be like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, actually, no. And I just did that for about a year. And you know what? It was so hard because my wedding theme was from pink to purple. But you might not have noticed that because half of everything just looked purple to me. But it was supposed to be from pink to purple. And then Karl's suit was purple. And then the groomsman was wearing black. And then we was like, how are we going to tie in this gold? It was just a bit like, but it all tied in.
It worked.
It all worked. It all worked. And
yeah,
it worked amazingly. So they wore like a rosy gold. And it was very a Cleopatra kind of look. I can't explain it, but it was like, yeah, very. It
was goddessy.
That's it.
It looked like goddesses.
It looked like goddesses. Yeah. And yeah, the light just shined off them, and it was just, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Even though the sequin was like cutting them up.
Dresses that kill.
Yeah, but Millie, the dress. Millie's fashion. Millie's fashion. Thank you so much. Done it so in such short notice as well. Because remember we were supposed to get married from the year before, so they had like material for a year. Literally sitting down and waiting. And then when the wedding was back on again, it was like 3 months.
Yeah, I love Auntie Millie. Yeah, hands down. Like, she's a talent.
Thank you so much that you were still so supportive, still understanding, still got the job done, even though I left material with you for like a year. I appreciate it. How did you pick the boys' suits?
The boys' suits, I couldn't pick it myself. I did know that I wanted their colour that they're wearing to be black, because black goes with everything, and I was wearing purple, which is about a bit out there, you know, so I knew that, you know, black will kind of bring it all in together, bring some normality into it. A black suit was pretty straightforward, but I'm not the most efficient when it comes to finding things like this. So one of the special fellas, so we've explained the difference between special men and groomsmen.
So special ladies were people that have also been there for us and have been part of the process of me and Karl and everything like that, and people that we didn't choose as the bridesmaids, but we were still wanting them to be a part of the wedding and acknowledged as some of our closest friends and come down the aisle with us.
Yeah, and they had their own dress code as well. But Nakai, yeah, absolute legend. Yeah, he actually found the suit, ordered it. I got to chill really, if I'm gonna be absolutely honest. You know, all the boys kind of signed off on it and said, yeah, we're feeling that. And then the rest was history, really, and that was it. Boom.
Rehearsals. That's what I'm saying to you. Choose bridesmaids and groomsmen that you know are reliable, that you know are going to turn up for rehearsals, that you know are not going to make excuses, that you know are going to be there. But although some of the groomsmen, some of the bridesmaids were sometimes turn up, sometimes didn't, I just want to thank Swade and Susan, who put together that whole dance with groomsmen that had 2 left feet, bridesmaids that weren't sure where they were going.
Wow.
Like, I think you lot were absolutely amazing. Sometimes it would be like literally shambles in there.
You guys rock.
But you guys were amazing, and you dedicated your time to helping us get those epic wedding videos done. I know a lot of you say the boys won, but what you don't know, and we'll talk about this obviously more in the dance video, but what you don't know is that basically the boys had nothing. Like a week before.
Excuses?
No, I'm not making excuses.
You're lost.
I don't mind saying you lost. Guys, I'm a winner in the name of Jesus.
Yeah, groomsmen.
So listen. So basically, they didn't have nothing the week before, and we had everything. So they saw our dance. They got all pridey and male-y, you know, that kind of vulnerable. And then they basically made up a new dance that implemented some of our dance to try and make it better. And they did well, you know, you saw the dust blowing and stuff at the end. But it was like, yeah, it was really, that was a really hard time.
My groomsman.
I think it was a hard time for the girls to put everything together and make sure it was all right for the night. And we only got to do like a dress rehearsal at the venue a couple of days before, so it was really like hectic. So thank you, girls. And yeah, so pick bridesmaids and groomsmen that you know are going to show up to rehearsals. And that is it, guys. I hope that most things are kind of answered, because me and Karl talk a lot and we do story time a lot.
I've got one last thing to actually say. You see the whole vibe that came across in the wedding, that's because we had people that wanted us to win. So I think ultimately, if you're going to pick people that's going to be a part of the groom's party, the bride's party, people that want you to win, that love you, that's gonna come through.
That genuinely love you. Don't, do you know what I mean? Genuinely want to see the best for you. Those are the best bridesmaids, like, and groomsmen. So guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you again next week, Wednesday, for another Wedding Wednesday.
I think that you could do a W, I could do a W.
Wedding
Come on,
Wednesday.
you see, I just thought of that there, you see?
Bye guys.
Stay locked in.
Stay locked in.